This is Kodacolor 100. So when I heard about the release or re-release of Kodacolor, I was really excited to get my hands on this film and try it out. It's a film I've never shot before, so I'm really curious to see the results. In order to test it, I'm going to take it out on a couples session and shoot this roll through my Leica M6. And just look towards each other. 1, 2, 3. And look back to me for one more. That's nice, yeah. And then Nick, would you look towards Darcy and just like pull her into you? Like just kind of cozy up together there. Yeah, that's nice, guys. And then both look here to me. 1, 2, 3. So good. And then one just kind of like walking away from us back to that spot that we started in. Look at each other here. Nice. And just pause right there. You can just stay looking at each other. Yeah. Beautiful. Nice. Would you guys go in for a kiss here? Nice. And you can like take a step and just look down over your shoulder. Yeah, that's it. That's it. Do that again, actually. That was good. Yeah. 1, 2, 3. Great. Oh, so good. Good. Oh, beautiful. Pause there. I'm gonna just come a little closer. Pretty. Oh, good. And then look towards the mountains one more time. Actually, Darcy, maybe can you like put your shoulder in him? Oh, that's nice. Oh, yeah, that's great. You can just look towards me here. All right, 1, 2, 3. Oh, that's so good, actually.
I know, it's really good. It's like a British Heritage ad.
Yeah, exactly.
And pause here and both look towards me. Yes, so good.
Oh my God, you guys. Good.
And then just walk out of the field, and you can just walk out independently here, but looking at each other. Yeah, that's great. You can walk now, Nick, with her. Yeah. And now both look here to me. Oh, that's great. 1. Yeah, that's great. 1, 2, 3. And go ahead and look at each other here. Arms around each other, pull each other close, something here. Yes. Amazing. Cool. 1, 2, 3. Good. And then you can bring your arm down now, I think. And Darcy, come in front of him a little bit. And I want you guys to like angle slightly towards the water. Yeah, that's it. And then just like you can kind of lean into him, maybe like, yeah, that's it. And then look out at the view here. Oh, that's so pretty. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. And both be really tall here. Yeah, that's great. Nice, you guys. And Nick, look over here towards me. And Darcy, you can kind of like look out at an angle, like maybe towards the islands over there. Yeah, that's pretty. 1, 2, 3. And now both looking here to me. Yes. Good. Pretty. And then look towards the islands one more time. Yeah. Oh my gosh, so good. Look at each other. Good. Pretty. Good. Good. And then maybe, oh, that's nice. I love what you, yeah, that's great. That's great. Yeah, you can bring your hand on his arm. That's so pretty. And then just have a nice walk just down the path together. Yeah, that's it. Look out at the view here. You can pause for a sec. Yeah. Look at me one more time. That's nice. Good. And Nick, look over at Darcy. Darcy, you can kind of lean into him and look at me one more time. Yeah, that's great. You guys are so easy. You're so good. Let's get this last shot here. Looking right at me for this last one. Yeah. 1, 2, 3. Nice. Cool. All right, film is done.
About it.
The new one.
It's like a re-release of like a classic Kodak emulsion. So it's just like a standard color film. Okay, so thank you so much for sticking around for the behind the scenes video. I hope that you found this helpful to see kind of how we captured these images. And now I want to take you into my gallery on pic-time and sort of walk through the images and just talk about my findings having shot for the first time with this new film stock from Kodak. All right, so this is the gallery for Darcy and Nick on pic-time. This is how I deliver my photos. And if you've watched sort of my photo review videos from this year, I've been using pic-time as a way to display my photos just because I feel like it presents them in a really beautiful way and it makes it really easy to look at images and talk about them. And this is probably a good time for me to mention that pic-time is the sponsor of this video. pic-time is an advanced online gallery platform for photographers that turns photo delivery into the best experience and business value. And I can speak from experience from having used pic-time for a couple of years now that it's by far the best experience both for me and for my clients. It's the most beautiful gallery experience. I'm always really excited to create a new gallery on pic-time to curate photos and deliver them. I use pic-time to deliver full wedding galleries as well as engagement sessions and any other type of photo session like this one. This year, pic-time is offering their biggest discount ever on annual plans for new users. They have a Black Friday offer valid November 20th through December 1st, where you can get 30% off all annual plans if you're a new or free user, plus free migration of up to 200 galleries. You can use my referral link below to sign up for pic-time today and take advantage of their Black Friday offer. So this is a really cool offer if you are someone who is looking to upgrade your client experience by switching over to one of the best photo sharing platforms available. So as we look through this gallery today, you'll see just how beautiful the experience is on pic-time, and thank you so much pic-time for sponsoring this video. So let's go into this gallery. So as you can see here in pic-time, I can curate the gallery by folder. So I have a folder for film and I have a folder for digital, which I've just called Darcy and Nick. So you would have seen these photos in my test between the Canon 50mm and the Sony 50mm 1.2 lenses, but we're gonna look at the film folder today. And we'll just talk about my findings with this film stock. So just for reference, all of these images were developed and scanned by my lab, Richard Photo Lab. They did an amazing job with the color of this film, and I wasn't really sure what to expect because typically I'm shooting with Portra 400, which is a professional daylight balance film stock that has a lot of latitude, great sharpness. It's one of the best film stocks out there for like professional 35mm work. So this Kodacolor 100, it's a lower speed film, and it's also, I guess, not technically as professional of a film stock. It's a little bit more accessible of a film stock. I went into this test not really knowing what to expect, and I kind of shot the roll as I would have shot a roll of Portra 400. So I was a little bit like thrown off. Shooting a 100 speed film is not something that I'm necessarily used to. But let's just take a look and we can talk about the results. So I think overall the color is actually really nice and it does have good sharpness. There is some visible grain across the board, but overall I really like the look of the film actually. It's not too far off from something like Portra 400, for example. And I am using a lab that is really dialed in to my specific color preferences. So they know what I like and they do a really amazing job. So that's something to keep in mind. If I sent this to a different lab, the results would vary greatly, but we'll just kind of like cycle through the images and talk about them. Okay, so something like this photo is great. It's really sharp, clean, has great color, great detail. This one as well, this is a really good portrait of Nick. You know, I'm shooting on a Leica with the 50mm lens. It's gorgeous. The film handles really well. It just has beautiful sort of airiness, color, detail. Really happy with this. Now here's where I think I learned something from shooting this film. I tend to overexpose my film because typically Portra 400 can handle a lot of overexposure, and I prefer to have more light than less light. But I think in this situation, this film stock is handling overexposure a little bit differently. And so you can see the highlights here. They're almost kind of blown out. It doesn't really look the way that I was imagining it to look. And so if I were to go back, I would probably shoot this closer to properly exposed, I would have probably metered this photo for the highlights rather than the shadows, for example, because they do have some sun on them. And this, to my eyes, just like a little bit overexposed. And that is what I found across the board here. Here's another example. This photo feels like it's overexposed, and I could have underexposed to save some of that color, because the colors here sort of starts to get wonky. It turns a little bit magenta, starts becoming muddled, and that's a result of overexposure. So that's my fault here. But it just tells me that with this film, you just have to be a little bit more careful to get a proper exposure. These photos were definitely overexposed, and I think they would have been much more successful if I had had a lower exposure. But then we also have photos like this, which is like kind of a high dynamic range scene where I was exposing for the shadows, and it still has like pretty good detail and color rendition. So this is kind of like an example of, okay, well, the majority of the subject is in shadow, so I think it was good that I exposed for the shadow, and it kind of showed us good results here in this photo. But in something like this, probably should have been metering for the highlights because they're mostly in highlight. Unfortunately, this photo is a little bit overexposed. Now, all of these are still like usable, I think, and the color still looks good overall, but I just kind of know that it could have been better had I been a little bit more careful about getting a proper exposure. Here's another example of sort of high dynamic range scene. We're there in the shade, but you have this bright greenery from the trees that's being hit by the sun behind them. But I feel like this one turned out really well. You still get a lot of detail, both in shadow and highlight, this good dynamic range of the film. Good color and good detail as well. This photo is also kind of an example of that, where again, metering for the shadows so that the skin tone looks great. Really beautiful color here, great quality here. They're kind of in shadow and you have this bright background, but the film handled this situation really well. Here's another situation where I'm exposing for the shadows. Nick did have some sun hitting him, so you can see that sort of the right side of his body does lean a little bit overexposed, so does the background, but I think because the majority of the subject is in shadow, I kind of like having this exposure for them because it sort of renders these nice skin tones and these great colors. So yeah, overall, I think I'm pretty happy with the result of this film stock, and I would shoot it again and try shooting it a little bit closer to a proper exposure and being a little bit more careful about metering and exposing for highlights or shadows properly, and not sort of just like generally overexposing like I sometimes can tend to do when I'm shooting a stock like Portra 400. I think it's really cool that Kodak is releasing some new film stocks, or at least rebranding film stocks, and it's sort of encouraging to me as a film photographer, and it's exciting to test new film and see sort of how that can have an impact on my work. Certainly, I enjoyed this test, and I'd be curious to hear your thoughts if you've explored shooting with this Kodacolor 100 or 200. It's been really fun, and I can't wait to shoot another roll of it. Would be interesting to do a film test with it, or comparison to Portra 400, for example. So let me know if you'd be curious to see a video like that. But anyway, thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a like. If you're new to the channel, consider subscribing. I'd love to see you at the next video. Thank you as always for watching, and I'll see you soon. Bye.